Juvenile Justice by Jasmine Ruelas, Christina Magadan, Lotumal Aitui, Daniel Franco, and David Kim. Should juveniles be tried as adults? What is juvenile justice? Well, in simple words, juvenile justice deals with adolescents, 17 and under in most states, charged with crimes, underestimated, or are out of control of their parents. The difference between juveniles and adult systems is that juveniles don't have the right to a public trial. If they meet the right conditions by the age of 18, their records are completely erased, so it won't haunt them for the rest of their lives. The number one goal is to help and treat them, unlike the adult system where the records open to the public as well as all proceedings. The goal is to punish them, and they have the right to apply for bond or bail. Similarities between the two systems is that they have the right to a lawyer. They can confront witnesses. Plead the fifth, which means you have the right to refuse questions that can incriminate you. There must be proof that the person can convict you. Some people ask themselves, why do juveniles get tried as adults? Well, they need to protect the public. The nature and circumstances of the crime of it was offense. Was it committed in an aggressive, violent, or premeditated manner? Arrest rates decreased from 1994 to 2010. In 2011, non-Hispanic black youth were more than twice the rate on non-Hispanic whites and youth, and males reported higher rates than females. After school is the time where juveniles commit the most crimes, which is 3 to 7 p.m., compared to adults who commit crimes from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Approximately one homicide or suicide per 3.5 million students enrolled during the 2010 to 2011 school year. A known juvenile that was tried as an adult was the Santonia Brown case. As a 16-year-old, she shot and killed a 43-year-old man who picked her up for sex. She was a runaway who became a prostitute because of the abuse at home. In her 2006 trial, she was convicted of first-degree murder, which is deliberate and premeditated. The use of a gun. Richard Adler is a criminal and a psychiatrist said her behavior could be explained from her birth mother abuse of alcohol while being pregnant. She is suffering from an alcohol-related disorder in her brain. She functions as a 13 or 14-year-old. Her attorney argued that if the evidence was presented at the original trial, it could help her, but now they're thinking of giving her a new trial. Another well-known case is Jacob's case. As a 15-year-old, he killed both his parents in their Woodland Park home. He planned it out and told his friends about how he was going to commit the crime and then commit suicide. And his friends went to the principal and from there called the cops. His lawyers argued that he had acted in a self-defense, killing his parents to put a stop of years of physical, emotionally, and sexual abuse. His brother said he has been thinking about killing them when he was 12 or 13. Jacob confessed, but the stories about the abuse came along. A woman said his mother even told him, "I wish you were never born. I hate you." He was still convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder. He wasn't eligible for the death penalty, but was given mandatory sentence of life without parole. After his case, the law changed, saying they could have possibly paroled after 40 years. Interview 1. Sheriff Hairston, do you agree that juveniles should be tried as adults? He said no. Why do you think juveniles should be tried as adults? Murder. Do you think it's right for them to be tried as adults? Depending on the circumstances, he said. Do you believe that they could be rehabilitation? He said yes, depending on the circumstances. Do you know any successful juveniles that received help? He said yes. Why do you disagree? Yes, because everyone deserves a second chance and they make mistakes, he said.
Interview number 2. Carson High student, Yunuen Ramirez. Do you agree that juveniles should be tried as adults?
No.
What crime do you think juveniles should do to be tried as adults?
Murder.
Do you think it is right for them to be tried as adults?
No.
Do you believe they can be rehabilitated?
Yes.
Do you know any successful juveniles that received help?
Yes.
Why do you disagree?
Because I believe that they should go to rehab and try it out before actually getting treated as adults.
Juveniles shouldn't be tried as adults. They don't have the rights and responsibilities adults do. They have curfews, aren't allowed to vote, drink, smoke, or even join the military. Why? Because we recognize their inability to make adult decisions. Putting them in an adult facility increases crimes. Juvenile detentions have programs to help in the process. In reformation, unlike prison, stressful situations only rise the risk what emotions rather than rational thought will guide the choice they make. They don't think, they just react. With appropriate treatments, most children who commit even the most violent crimes can be rehabbed and become responsible adults.
The image to the right shows the difference of how a teen's brain is. The brain doesn't fully develop until early or mid-20s. In the end, people don't say, "Oh hey, this is an important election. Let's let the kids vote as well." Or there is an important war. Let's give out 10-year-olds guns and take them to war. What's the difference when we say, "This child committed a serious crime. Let's treat him as an adult and send him to an adult prison"? Think about it.